Okay, good evening, good morning, good afternoon, depending on where you are in the world right now. Tonight we are going to be talking about how you can take luxury vacations and get 90% off Expedia pricing while banking four figures per day if you want to. If you want to, that's more than possible. And tonight we've got a couple of special guests on. We're going to be talking to Rita Stewart, and she's actually going to be talking to us about timeshares. We're not experts on timeshares. The only thing I remember about a timeshare is they're very expensive and there are lots of crazy limitations to them. So Rita's going to be telling us about her experience with timeshares tonight in comparison to the travel and vacation club that we're all a part of. And we want to show you tonight why having this travel club is going to be so life-changing for you. And the money you can make from it, which we're going to get to later, is really the smallest part. It's really about the lifestyle and freedom that this travel club allows you to have. And also we're going to be talking to Karen Spence tonight. Karen is one of the rock stars inside of the virtual profit system and inside of Explore Resorts International. And about a month ago, she managed to bank 4 figures in one day from just one sale. So we're going to be asking Karen about how she was able to do that, what that's meant for her in terms of opening up more options, and all kinds of other crazy tips, tricks, and golden nuggets that we think of along the way. So without any further ado, I'm going to hand over to the boss on the right, and I'm going to rest my sore throat.
All right, guys, so we have a lot of viewers just now popping on. So we're excited to share with you tonight some great information about how you can start traveling the world at some massive discounts and also make a little money too. So you can hop over right now to my Facebook page. That's facebook.com/Angie Long Official. That's Angie with a J-I. Let us know that you're here. I have a post on my wall about the webinar. If you just want to comment on that right now and just let us know that you're excited. So I'm going to just do a quick screen share. Okay. And hopefully you guys can see my screen here. Pop over and like the post that says it's about the lifestyle, and let us know that you're here live with us.
And while we're waiting, Angie's just going to sing for us. No?
We can pretend it's your birthday. And happy birthday. All right, guys, I'm refreshing my screen. If you just want to pop over to facebook.com/Angie Long Official, let us know that you're live with us right here.
So there are definitely some people here. I see at least 8 or 9 people on the Hangout. So I know Vinny's here. Vinny's always here. Even when he's working, Vinny's here. I don't know how he does it. Mm-hmm. He must be sneaking into the closet and watching Hangouts, but he's always here.
All right.
Who else is here?
Refreshing. If you're brand new to our Hangouts, don't be shy. Hop on over. We'd love to hear from you. Okay, I'm going to bring it back to our screen. You guys keep chiming in there. All right.
Okay, so what you wanting me to do here
I was going to pass it over to you.
Oh,
That's
no,
all right.
no.
We're going to go ahead and jump in. We have an awesome presentation, and we're going to hear from Rita and Karen in just a little bit, so stay tuned. We're doing a webinar.
People thought you're talking to yourself.
I know, right? We're in a restaurant right now, so. Okay, guys, we are pulling up the presentation here, and it's going to take just a minute to load, but there we go. And people are saying that not too dark sounds great, so that's perfect. So tonight we're going to cover how you can actually take vacations at 90% off and even bank 6-figure months or 4-figure commissions utilizing what we're about to share with you tonight. And once again, my name is Angie Long, and my partner Ben is here with me, and we have actually utilized this travel club to basically travel all over the world, and we're going to share some of the ins and outs of how we've actually been able to do that in this presentation. So tonight, once again, you're going to discover why timeshares are for dummies and how smart people actually take luxury vacations, what to do if you want to get 90% off of Expedia prices, take your family on almost any vacation you can imagine, how you can take your next vacation for free and actually get paid for lazing around on the beach like we do very, very many days. Also, you're going to hear about an almost unknown travel club that gives you 10-week discounted vacations every single year for life for a one-time fee. And this is the club that a lot of you, if you've been following us, have noticed that we've been using to travel the world, make 6-figure commissions, and even relocate here to the Bahamas. Okay? You're also going to hear from Karen tonight, who is an under-the-radar pet store owner that made 4 figures in one day with just one sale. And she actually doesn't even have a big email list or any previous success online. So we're super excited for her to share her story. And last but not least, you're going to hear about a secret system that over 100 people are using to do all the hard work while they sit back and pocket unlimited amounts of commissions daily. So that was a mouthful.
That was a mouthful. That was a mouthful. And coming back real quick to Karen, I kind of label her as this under-the-radar lady, and the reason is because she's just a normal woman. Most people on the internet have never heard about her. She's a pet store owner by day and an online marketer by night. She's very much just an ordinary kind of lady. She's not a guru whatsoever, yet she was able to make 4 figures in one day. So it's going to be interesting hearing about that again.
All right. But first up, you guys, we're so excited to hear from Rita Taylor Stewart, and she is actually an experienced timeshare owner who has now shifted to travel club membership. So she's going to share why basically timeshares are for dummies, as Ben says, and how smart people take these luxury vacations. So I'm going to pop back out of the screen share here. And we're going to come back to Rita. All right, Rita, so if you want to unmute yourself in just a second and let everyone know about your experience with timeshare ownership and everything that you've done with travel.
Okay, hi Angie and Ben. Thank you so much for this opportunity to share, and hello everyone else. I love how Ben says that timeshares are for dummies, and I have actually come to believe that because it's just unreal once you actually have the knowledge base about what a travel club has to offer you versus what many receive with a timeshare. I wanted to speak on this because I have actually, or my husband and I have actually been timeshare owners for almost or over 25 years, before our daughter was even born. And I gotta say, at that particular time, that was a thing to do. If you had a passion for travel, if that's what you wanted to do, if you envisioned your family being able to vacation at will around the world, then you paid attention to timeshares. That was what you wanted to do. We have actually owned 4 timeshares. Now, to think about that now, that is absolutely ridiculous. Ridiculous now that I know what we know about the travel club. The reason we did was because, one, we really love traveling. I mean, we've been traveling all of our life, and we also made sure that it was something that our daughter was able to do. So what we found, however, in terms of why we owned 4 timeshares, was that there is a lack of trading power to entities around the world or to resorts around the world, depending on where your home base is. We have had timeshares in Virginia, in Myrtle Beach, Las Vegas, and Orlando, Florida. You got it? And the reason we did that was because we wanted to travel to Europe. We wanted to travel to Hawaii. And some of those places where we own did not have as much trading power to allow us to do that. Now, another thing I want to reference in terms of timeshares is the cost. It's absolutely, to think about it now in light of what we've now learned about travel clubs, is astronomical. I mean, the lowest price I think we paid for one of our timeshares was about $7,000, okay? Timeshares can run you anywhere from $7,000 up into tens of thousands of dollars. Hear me, I'm serious. And I don't care if you purchase 1 week, because you can buy at 1 week if you like, or if you purchase 2 weeks. You're talking $7 to tens of thousands of dollars. I lived it, I know it. The other thing that I want to say, now, hold on, in reference to our travel club, oh my gosh, it doesn't even compare when you talk about the cost. I mean, I'm talking almost half the price, 50% less, and you don't come away, friends, with 1 week, okay, out of the year to travel. You come away with multiple weeks. I'm talking about anywhere from 5 to 10 weeks and more per year as a result of being a member of a travel club. Let me tell you something else about the cost too. When you are a member, or when you have a timeshare, and many people say when you own a timeshare, that's not true. But at any rate, when you are an owner of a timeshare, you also have to contend with annual fees, annual maintenance fees. You also have to contend with being a member of an exchange company, which are additional fees on top of that. I won't even name the name, but if you've been anywhere in the travel industry, you know what exchange company I'm talking about. There's also fees attached with that. Not to mention, you also have to pay fees even sometimes when you go to your home base, the state or the resort where you purchase at. Travel club? No. Our travel club does not have any annual fees. None at all whatsoever. We made a one-time, almost crazy good investment for 5 weeks guaranteed, plus more, because we have these things called hot weeks that are available to us, that we can just travel until our heart's content. I just told Angie and Ben earlier, I cannot wait until my husband is officially retired, because it'll be on then. You'll be amazed at what's available to you. The other thing that I really still want to make sure I point out too is that timeshares are not very flexible. Because when you make an investment in a timeshare, you may say, for instance, the one we have in Virginia, 1 week, okay? And that week may have been week 32 that you purchased, or week 12 that you purchased. Well, that's the week you will vacation for the rest of your life. Really? Life changes. Children grow up. You are empty nesters. You don't want to be stuck with the same spring break week that you had aligned with your child's vacation. That's ridiculous. It's not like that with our travel club. We can travel whenever we want to, whatever week of the year we please. And that is totally, totally us. It's just awesome. So being a member of a travel club, there's just so much more flexibility in terms of where you can go and when you want to go. I want to make sure that I'm not missing anything, because there was something else I wanted to make sure I tell you. But the main thing is the investment is well worth it in terms of a travel club. If you have questions in terms of what we have to offer, be sure to get back with the individual that referred you to this webinar this evening, so that you can get your questions answered if you have more about the differences between owning a timeshare versus being a member of an outstanding travel club like Explore Resorts International. It's totally awesome. Some other things may come to me, but I know Ben and Angie have a few questions, so I'll stop right there. Thank you.
Okay. You got anything you want to ask, Angie? Because
Yes.
I made a I made a
He's
list.
making notes.
I made a list of some new questions while Rita was talking.
Good. Well, I just wanted to reemphasize what you said actually about the cost and no annual dues, because you said you had paid up to $70,000 for your timeshare, and then you were locked into literally the same week every single year. But the nice thing about the travel club that we utilize is it's literally just a one-time fee, significantly less than that $70,000 investment that you paid, right? And the great thing about that is that you're not locked into that 1 week. You have many, many weeks that you can choose from to travel through 5,000 different resorts all over the world. So it's more flexible, as you mentioned, Rita, much less time investment or monetary investment, and you can choose those locations. You're not locked into that same spot. So I know you have a question. Go for it.
I've got 6 questions, but I don't want to ask. I don't want to like tread on your toes. But first question I've got to ask you, Rita, is you just mentioned that you have owned at least 4 timeshares over the last 20 plus years. Now I'm wondering if you don't mind sharing with us. You don't have to give us an exact number, but can you tell us a ballpark figure what that has cost you in terms of owning those timeshares over the last 20 plus years? What would you say that has actually cost you, Rita?
Wow. To clarify, the initial one that we purchased was 7,000, but they can cost anywhere up to tens of thousands of dollars. So I want to clarify that. So the first one, the 1 week in Virginia, was 7,000. I want to say that the one in Myrtle Beach probably was about 10,000. The one in Las Vegas, you can just imagine, right? Okay. We never paid over 20,000 at one time for one particular week anywhere. And also understand the fact that we love to travel, and we were upset with the fact that the timeshare in Virginia didn't give us a trading power we need like a timeshare in Las Vegas would to go international. So that was the whole point with that. Then to answer that question in terms of how many thousands of dollars, oh my gosh, 7, 10, 20. I want to say at least 100,000 or more. I mean, and it's more than that. So you get what I'm saying? 100,000 minimum is what I'm trying to say. If I really look back on the fees and the year and the years, etc., that we pay the annual maintenance fees on them. The other thing that I wanted to point out too was 2 of them we have now sold. And that's another thing I wanted to point out also. To sell a timeshare is like trying to go through an act of Congress to do so. You have to pay money to get out of the ownership of the timeshare. So that's why our cost went up as well, Ben. But yes, well over $100,000. And I'm probably being light about it.
So basically, Rita, if you're saying 100K,
Yes.
To put that in perspective, there are 2-bedroom houses here in the Bahamas that you can buy for 100K. So you're talking the price of maybe a 2-bedroom house in the Bahamas, or you can get a pretty decent sports car for that kind of money. You can get probably 10 or more family cars for that kind of money. So we're not talking chump change then to be to own timeshares. It's certainly not an investment for the faint-hearted. Let's just say that. So
yes, and unfortunately, I believe, at that particular time, we could afford to do so because we both had, 6-figure corporate jobs. So it didn't seem like a lot of money at the time. But again, as time went on and you really started to calculate how much money you were putting into timeshares, it was utterly ridiculous. So when I learned about Explore Resorts International, it was just a no-brainer. It was absolutely simply a no-brainer. The investment was minimal. And we have now access to more weeks than what we had as a result of owning 4 timeshares. That's ridiculous. Totally ridiculous. So unfortunately for many, it's just a lack of knowledge. And that's why I told Angie, I said, I really would like for us to have a conversation about this, because there are many people who still, timeshares are in the forefront of their mind, and people still buy because of lack of knowledge.
You got a question?
Yeah, and also you mentioned that it was some crazy process to actually sell a timeshare, and that's what I love about the travel club too, is that instead of going through this crazy process, it's only $75 to transfer your membership. So once you own it, someone else can pay you the $75 to just transfer it to them. So if you decide you're getting too old and you can't use it anymore, you really aren't traveling like you thought you would, you can transfer it to someone in your family, a friend, you name it. $75 gets you right out of it. So, and the one-time fee, so you don't have all of those annual fees, if you're not even using it. It's not a big deal, right?
Okay, so I just did some rough maths. If we're talking $100,000 divided by the last 25 years, basically what Rita's done is she's paid on average $4,000 a year to be part of timeshares. Now, what I would expect from that, Rita, is I'm expecting you're going to tell me then, and I think you kind of answered this anyway, but I'm expecting you're going to tell me that for that sort of money, I'm getting at least 3 weeks a year. I can choose when I want to go, and I've almost got access to go. I can choose wherever I want to go, right? That's what you're telling me. Please tell me you're telling me that.
Yeah, right. Okay, Ben, our family took vacation. We did actually take vacations 3 times a year: spring break, summer, and Christmas. We always went on vacation. It was wonderful, which was why we wanted multiple weeks, right? However, remember I mentioned earlier that when you purchased a timeshare, you purchased by weeks? Well, we were under the old school regime of timeshares, where you picked a week and that was your week. Now, I know that the timeshare industry is transitioning a little bit with this point system, but that's irrelevant to me at this point in time, because I wasn't a buyer at that point in time. And you know what? The point system is still irrelevant, and I want to bring that up because that's what's happening today. But that's still irrelevant in terms of what we have to offer through the travel club. I mean, hands down, it does not compare. The other thing I want to point out is this. We have our anniversary coming up. So I start exploring our options for a vacation for our anniversary. I looked at an offering that we have available to us in Cabo and through Explore Resorts International. You got it? You're talking a few $100s a week for a full week, not per person, a full week. I then went to Expedia myself, pulled up that same resort, and our cost was $1,000 less, Ben and Angie, $1,000. That $1,000 in itself is, can go towards the can go towards your membership in Explore Resorts International. It's just phenomenal what we have to offer those who have a heart and desire to travel. This is phenomenal.
I would say as well that $1,000 is paying for your plane tickets. Also, what I know is there's a lot. There's the same in the UK as it is in the US or wherever you are in the world. There's a lot of people I know who scrimp and save to take a vacation, and then when they're actually on vacation, they don't even have enough money to enjoy themselves while they're there. Now, I'm sure a few people have been on those sort of vacations when you're there, you're counting dollars, you're scared to, that's $1,000 extra you've got to spend while you're actually on the vacation. What's the point in going on a vacation if you can't go out and do what you want? So I'm learning something tonight. I really didn't know too much about timeshares whatsoever. So I'm kind of blown away by how I do hate to say it, but timeshares really do seem like they are for dummies, and I don't mean that in a rude way. You know, when you don't know something, when you're not educated, you don't have the choice. But for those of you watching now who were maybe considering a timeshare or maybe considering going to Expedia to book your next cheap vacation, you may want to reconsider your options. Now, I know I'm doing a lot of talking here, but I've got like one more question two. With a timeshare, Rita, you've mentioned that you have a fixed week each year that you can go on this week's vacation. What I want to know is, what happens if you get sick during? Can you change your week for another week if you happen to be ill the week you're due to go? And number two, let's say you're in a timeshare and you come to me and you talk about the company you're in a timeshare with, and I'm interested. Do you make money? Do you make commissions on referring me to the company you're in a timeshare with?
Wow, great questions. First of all, I want to say to everyone, I'm sharing tonight my experience, my true raw experience. So understand that I cannot speak for the entire industry overall, but I know what I have experienced, and I'm sharing with you from the heart. So just know that. I wanted to give that context. Then, if you get sick and you can't take that week, there's such a thing as to where you can bank a week out, if I remember correctly, and but you still have a certain amount of time before you need to use that week. So there's a possibility that you could hold on to it. But again, it's not as flexible as what we have with our travel club. So I'll just leave it at that because it's just technical. And with us having been owners of timeshares with multiple entities, it varied depending on which entity you're talking about. But once again, it's not as flexible. Now, the question that I really love that you asked, in terms of, is there an opportunity for us if we recommend someone to purchase a timeshare at one of the entities? Well, there's a bonus, a few $100s you could get. That's about it. It's not as if though what I have in terms of being a member of, and I say a few, $200 to $300, not a lot then. It doesn't compare to the commission structure that we have available to us through Explore Resorts International for referral, for someone who decides to purchase a membership to our travel club. It's just unbelievable, the commission structure that is put in place for us as a result of being members. It's phenomenal.
So if you sell one of these expensive,
not really sell, it's just sort of a referral.
Yeah, if you refer one of these expensive, what's the word I'm looking for? Restrictive timeshares, what they're going to do is in some cases send you a couple of $100s just to thank you in exchange for giving them another customer who's basically, in my opinion, again, just my opinion, I almost feel like people kind of getting ripped off of a timeshare hearing this. So there's nobody turning up at your door and giving you a check for $1,800. There's no, it's just like $100, maybe $200. To me, it just sounds like an all-around bad deal, and I'm kind of sat here wondering, as somebody, as I say, I didn't know much about timeshares, I'm wondering why anybody would do that, apart from not knowing that there is a much better option out there. That's the only reason I can think of. Either they don't know there's a much better option out there, or they're insane and they just like getting charged way more money than they should be paying. That's the only two reasons. So.
Yes, yeah. But that has awesome information. Go ahead, Rita.
I'm sorry, Angie. Yeah, you're right. I think there's a lack of knowledge, and there is a deep aspiration to have it such that your family can travel. Everyone wants that for their family. They want to create memories. They want recreation. But if you don't know that there are other options, then that's what you know. And the other that's all you know, rather. And then the other thing, too, for us in our case, that was several years ago. And I'm not even sure how if travel clubs were that prominent at that particular time. But I will say today, timeshares, they're still out there and they're still being sold. You know, and we're talking about this whole $1 trillion travel industry. We know about it. But we do need to inform people that there is a better way, and the travel club is it, hands down.
Awesome.
Yeah. So more flexibility, less cost involved, high referral fees. Sounds like a win-win to me.
Yes.
We actually have a question in the group from J-Mel, and she says, would family be able to use some of those vacation days with the travel club? And the answer to that is yes. We actually, there's sections in your travel club called instant bookings. There's a resort registry, different sections in your actual back office of your club that you can book for family. Also, hot weeks are strictly restricted to members only. However, if you're going on vacation, you can book an extra room for your family as well. But you have to be able there to check in with them for the hot weeks. But there are lots of other options that you can book for family and friends if you're not going to be attending with them. So awesome question. And Rita, thank you so much for sharing all of that with us, the timeshare versus the travel club, and we know which one's a winner. So thanks again. We're going to go ahead and mute you out, and we're going to get into a little bit of a presentation for you guys on how you can actually profit and the ins and outs of the club as well. Before we do that, though, I actually want to show you guys where we took our very first vacation, and the crazy thing is it's right down here. So I'm just going to turn this around, and if you can see right down there, there's actually a resort, and we're going to get into the ins and outs of how we booked that resort through our travel club. Do you have something to add?
No, I'm just wondering, are we bringing Karen out next, or we do
Yes.
what we're doing first?
I'm going to get to that in the presentation, and we'll have Karen pop out in just a few. So I'm going to get into the screen share. All right. So here we are. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. Present. All right, so what do you do if you want to get those 90% off of Expedia prices, you know, be a part of the travel club and take your family on almost any vacation that you can imagine? Here is actually an example that Rita was mentioning, Cabo Village Beach Resort. Shows here on Expedia, $199 per night, the same resort, same dates and everything for the entire week, $398 for the entire week versus $198 per night.
So that's inside of our travel club. The total is what, Angie, did you say?
$199 a night for 7 nights versus $398.
Per night.
$398 total.
Oh, $398 total.
In the travel club versus $199 a night.
Okay, so on a normal website, you're basically talking nearly $1,400 for the whole week.
Mm-hmm. $1,400 versus $400.
So that's
$1,000 savings.
Yeah, that's a big saving.
That looks nice. I want to go there. All right, so how can you take your next vacation actually for free and get paid? Because that's exactly what we've been doing, right? Every single person that becomes a brand new member actually receives something called accommodation certificates. So you are going to get your first 3 resort stays for absolutely free. So in the back office of your travel club, you know, once you pay that one-time fee, the resorts are anywhere between $398 per week to $700. So you're going to get that $700 resort stay for no additional fees, okay? So 3 resort stays for free. That is going to pretty much pay back your membership right there. And then you can travel for discounts literally for the rest of your life. So here is an example of one of the resorts that you can actually stay at for free with your accommodation certificate. This is also an all-inclusive, so the all-inclusive would be just a little bit more, $36 per day. You can get buffet breakfast, lunch, dinner, snacks, any drinks that you want, alcoholic beverages, activities such as swimming, volleyball, So many things listed here, and look at this resort. It just looks amazing.
Sign me up.
I know. So once again, you guys can get that free as soon as you take action with your membership. And that is in the Dominican Republic. All right, so this is an almost unknown travel club that gives you, as we've mentioned, up to 10 weeks of discounted vacations every single year of your life for that one-time fee. And we use this club to travel and really create our full-time incomes on the internet. So I just showed you just a minute ago right down the beach here where we stayed for our very first trip inside of our travel club. We actually didn't even know about this island until we saw it in there. And listed on the website here for the week that we came, it was the regatta week, which is one of the most expensive weeks on the island because that's when everybody's coming in for the boating, the races. It's a family regatta weekend. So for the entire week, it was $1,442 on their website. That's $1,442 for this particular resort.
Yeah, and what I just want to say is this. I said it at the beginning. You know, we're going to be talking quite a bit here about money you can save by being a member of the travel club and money you can earn. But for me, it is all about those memories. The reason I'll always remember that week, and I'm going to embarrass her now, but the reason I will always remember that week is because on day 3 of the vacation, it must have been a great vacation because on day 3 she told me that she loved me.
Yeah, that is true.
So you can create, you know, life is about creating memories, and for me, yeah, banking the money is great. Helping other people like Karen bank money is even better. But what tops everything is when yourself and others can create those lifetime memories. So as we go through this tonight, I want you to think about the money you could make, but more importantly, think about the memories you're going to create when you're taking some of these vacations.
Yes, and in just a minute, I'm going to get into what we actually paid instead of what was listed on the website there. But this is a close-up of the front of the resort. It's beachfront. We went paddle boating one day.
I'm literally looking at it right now.
I know, right? Awesome. And this was the day that you were talking about. It was the 3rd day of our trip. We went swimming with the pigs. We went to Starfish.
It was the pigs that did it then?
It was the pigs that did it.
Good.
We went to Starfish Bay. We were just hanging out in literally the most crystal clear waters. And when it's super sunny here, right here behind us right now, you can see it just clear as day.
And people sometimes look at those images and think they're photoshopped and all kinds of things. And
Nope.
you know, that's how crystal clear the water is here. It's just unbelievable. I've never seen water like this anywhere on the planet. It's just phenomenal.
Yep. So here we are, you guys. Remember, on the website it was listed for $1,442, and this is the exact week that we came, and for the entire week we paid a one-time fee of $298. That's something like $1,200 in savings.
Yeah, it's an awesome saving for sure.
Awesome, and the memories that we have are just literally going to last a lifetime. That was one of the best weeks of my life. So on top of that, you guys, not only were we able to travel at those discounts, but we were making some serious money when we were traveling, right? So right here is actually pictured a check for over $18,000 that I used to pay off my car that I had been paying monthly on.
Yeah, and I can almost hear the skeptics watching this live or watching the replay, thinking, yeah, really, with that, you know, is this a scam? Blah blah blah. Well, listen, let me just explain. This check here for $18,000 and $18,342.05 to be exact. That was generated from selling a legit travel club, a travel club that has over 70,000 members worldwide. So if you're wondering, no, this is not a scam, no, this is not some shiny ball, you know, whatever. This is a real travel club. It's a real business, and real people are making money with this and traveling the world every single day of the week.
Yep, and it just has a 1-tier affiliate program. So literally, if you make a referral referral to this. You're traveling, you love it. People are asking, how in the world are you traveling so much and getting these deals? You can refer them and earn a one-time referral fee for that. So here's an example of some of the sales, some of the commissions that we've been earning literally while we've been sitting here sipping cocktails on the beach. And as you can see, these are recent dates, May 15th, May 22nd, coming in $3,498 in commissions and $1,998 in commissions.
Which even that 1998 alone is way more than I used to make in a whole month working at a gym. You know, I used to make working at a gym about $1,400 a month. So on one day, we banked more than I would make in a month at my job. So.
And I would say that was the least difficult thing that we've done, because actually just being a product of the product, using it ourselves, it naturally sells itself because other people love to travel. And once you give them the opportunity to do so, it becomes a no-brainer, just like Rita shared with you. So we've literally just been living it up. This was just a couple nights ago for Ben's birthday. We went to one of the resorts here on the island and just had such a great time.
Yeah, I'm not saying much.
Why?
I think it was the Hennessy shot that gives me the fuzzy memories of that. but yeah, that was a great night for my big 30th birthday. Even Peter Pan had to grow up and get old. But the view was phenomenal. The food was phenomenal. And again, you know, it's just memories that you're going to have for a lifetime. And things like this were never, ever possible for me. I used to be sitting in a room that overlooked a grey concrete high-rise apartment block. And I never dreamed that this was possible. I never came online and thought I was going to make a lot of money or be able to travel. But I found two things in one. I found a travel club with insane discounts, and it also pays me for referring other people. And as Angie said, when you're a product of the product, it's very, very, very simple to sell this thing.
Yep. So this really is about the lifestyle, right? It's a lifestyle business, not being a slave to the business. So right now we're out here enjoying the sunshine, literally on the beach, and sharing this with you guys, really working our business. And you can do the same, and actually not even do the presentations, because we do them for you.
Yeah, we'll get more into that a little bit towards the end. You know, we've got a system. If you want us to do all the hard work for you, then we've got an option for you at the end where basically you just have to plug in and allow the system and ourselves to do the selling for you.
Yep. So now we're actually going to go back to not our presentation, but to our guests here. We have Karen with us, and as you can see on the screen here, she had one of her biggest paydays ever without a job. She made 4 figures in one day simply by sharing the travel club inside of our Done For You system. And she did this without a big email list or without hardly any previous success online. So let's get back here to Karen. There we are. All right, Karen. So if you just want to share a little bit of your backstory with everyone, you know, how you came online and basically into the system, sharing the travel club, and making that awesome 4-figure day.
Hi everyone, you hear me okay? During the day, what I do is I actually run my own little pet supplies business. It's run in our local little town, and I basically work 6 days a week, Monday to Saturday, in at 9, home at 4:45, have tea, and then obviously the way that retail is going, I don't know if it's generally worldwide, but I know in UK it's getting really slack. We're not getting the footfall, and I decided I need to do something else to try and get or make a living. So I thought, turn to the internet. In a previous company, Ben was actually in that company, and I actually followed him. And when Andrew and Ben got together and approached me and obviously put the VPS system together, I says, definitely, yeah, because I'd seen trainings from both Angie and Ben, and what they give in the trainings is amazing. Everything that you get from them, it's so easy to understand, so easy to follow, and it's just a no-brainer for me to actually join the team, and I'm glad that I did, because just about a month ago, I think it was, I had my first four-figure day by selling one of the packages through the ERI system, and I was overwhelmed, still overwhelmed. I just still can't believe that it has happened, and I'm so pleased for the system that we use, because up until then I'd been online with my business for about 5 years, 6 years, and I think I had a list of about 30, 40 people. Joining the VPS system and plugging into the system itself, I've now got a list in excess of 400, and that was built probably within 3 or 4 weeks. And it was because you start emailing your list. Yes, I had a list before, but I wasn't consistent. I'm still not consistent, if I'm honest. I know I have to get it done, but it was through that I actually got my sale. Because like what's happening today, people were invited to the webinar or the hangout, and someone got interested and followed up from there. And all thanks to them that I'm on here today telling you my story, basically. And I've been online probably for about five years anyway, but probably doing internet marketing for about the last 2, and made no money whatsoever. So this is the first time that I've actually made anything, and I'm grateful and thankful to Angie and Ben. So thank you very much.
Well, if it's gonna be your first time, you may as well do it until then.
Go big.
Figures, right? So, Karen, I want to know from a point of view of somebody who used to have an offline business too, and knows, like, when the recession hit the UK, man, that was tough for me. And to be honest, I don't think the UK's really, they're not through that yet. I don't think America's through that. There are a lot of people struggling and hurting. What does it mean for a business owner like you, who's just said things are slack right now, to be able to bank an additional 4 figures? That wasn't through a month's worth of work. That was like in one day. What does that mean, financially to somebody like you?
Well, it helps to pay the bills, if nothing else. I mean, Angie has had her own business as well, and it's not just, people think you've got a business, you've obviously got money, and that's not the truth. I mean, the reason that we ran the business is, unfortunately, 7 years ago, my dad passed away. And it was actually his business, and we were actually living down south of England. And being the eldest daughter of the family, I thought it was my responsibility to actually come home and look after my mum as she was disabled. So it was my dad's business. Customers were still phoning up the house asking if anyone could provide any dog food or whatever. And as Ben said earlier, it was the height of the recession, 2008. And we packed up 2 full-time jobs, 2 girls out of school, uplifted the full family, moved back to Scotland, and basically started up the pet supplies business, which started off as a market for 2 days a week. And from there, we actually progressed, got the shop, and then now it's just a downward spiral now. Just things are getting so much worse that there's just no footfall anymore in any of the high streets, and it's frightening to see how many empty shops are appearing, not just locally, but broadly all over Scotland, and I think over the UK as well. But to make that first, the 4-figure day, it put a smile on my face, if nothing else.
A big smile. We know you were teasing about that for this. Still are.
Yeah.
But I know having an offline business is very, very stressful, and the overhead and the amount of work, you are really a slave to that business, and huge shift from being an online business owner, because literally almost no overhead once you get it going, and especially with the travel club, you pay that one-time fee and then you're locked in for life. So did you have another question?
No, I was just going to say, sadly, with 98% of this industry, they've got a story similar to Karen, but a lot of them don't always have happy endings, you see, because a lot of people they may have an offline business and they struggle with the offline business, or they may have a job and they hate and they want to get out of it, and they come on the internet, and unfortunately, because they don't have the right system, because they don't really know how to sell or generate leads and get customers, they bring that same struggle online. And it, you know, what this system allows you to do is it allows the everyday normal man or woman to get the leads and customers they need to get sales. You know, the system does that for you. You know, I'm not going to say you don't have to put in any effort, because that's not true. I'm sure you're sensible enough to know, as a grown adult, that to make money takes an investment of time and effort on some level, you know. But what we're saying to you tonight, there's a stupid way of doing it that leads to no results and even more debt and headache, and there's a smart way of doing it, and the smart way of doing it is utilizing a system that generates those leads for you, takes them through the correct selling process. And what that allows you to do is that allows you to you know, it allows you freedom. Most people who do what we do end up becoming bigger slaves to the laptop than they were in their offline business or at their job. And you know, in VPS, Virtual Profit System, and Explore Resorts International, we're changing that trend in the industry. You know, we're plugging people into a system that works, and it can work for anybody who allows it to work for them. But you know, there is one thing that you have to do if you want it to work for you, and that is you have to actually get started. You know, you have to get started.
Yes. And I want to also re-emphasize what Karen said that she did in order to have her 4-figure day, and it was literally a 4-step process. She plugged in to our system where we have literally done-for-you capture pages that says you can make it exactly like this, the exact same wording, and then you can collect people onto your email list. She plugged into our done-for-you advertising co-op, and what she did from there is follow up emailing her list, inviting her list to our live webinars like we're doing right now.
With the emails that we gave to her.
And it's that simple, you guys. Email your list that you're getting through the advertising co-op, invite people to the webinars, follow up with them with value and trainings, and it's that simple.
So just one last question for Karen, and then we're really going to speed through this presentation. You know, what and maybe we can get one thing from Rita too, just before we get into this. Karen, I'll ask this question to both of you, Karen and Rita. What would one thing you would say to anybody who's considering, you know, getting started? Maybe they're on the fence. They don't know whether Virtual Profit System and this travel club is for them. You know, what would you advise them? What would you say? We'll ask Karen first.
The main thing I would say at the moment would be get in today, because at the moment there's a special offer on, and it's instead of $97 a month, you can get in for $99, and that's for the lifetime, and that's a no-brainer really. And if you are into travel, as Rita said earlier on, it's a no-brainer in comparison to the timeshare. And go for it, definitely. You won't regret it.
All right, Rita. Is she there?
You know, guys, I am an educator. That's my trade. So I've had the opportunity to go through the modules that are available to us for the training in the Virtual Profit System, and frankly, it's outstanding. I mean, the step-by-step process that Ben and Angie takes us through to teach us the skills and give us the knowledge base that we need to become effective internet marketers is outstanding. Now, for me, it's a total win because I am passionate about travel. So here I have access, and you can have access to, an outstanding marketing platform that will teach you how to market any product, but more importantly to me, my vacation club. So I will be traveling the world, and I will be on the beaches, and I will continue to bring in commissions as a result of the skill sets I'm learning. So as Karen has shared, just do it. it's an investment of a lifetime, and it will be available to you for a lifetime. The virtual profit system with all the training modules, as well as your investment in the travel club. You will own it. You will own it for your family. So just go for it. You have absolutely nothing to lose.
I love that, Rita. And now we are pretty much on permanent vacation. We've been here, what, 9 months now?
Yeah,
permanent vacation.
9 months, yes.
Awesome, guys. Thanks so much for sharing. We're going to get back into the presentation, and everyone go over to Facebook and give Rita and Karen some love for sharing all of that great info with us tonight.
Am I going to go high speed through
Yeah,
this,
we're going to go
right?
high speed because it's almost 6 o'clock and
Yeah.
they're about to start serving dinner
It's going to get
here in
turned
a
off
minute.
here.
Okay, so now we're just going to talk about the system that over 100 people are using right now inside of the virtual profit system. It's doing all of the hard work for them while they sit back and pocket unlimited amounts of commissions daily. So here's just a quick screenshot showing that we have 120 active members inside of our system using all of our tools. Using all of our tools, and here's a picture of just some of those members. Right, we have over 120 right now, but they come from all different walks of life. You just meet Rita and Karen. We have Vinny, Tiffany, Fernand, Anita, Jimmy.
Yeah, and you know what I love about the number 120 is the fact that, you know, a lot of people in the industry, they worry about something that's brand new, but they're scared of something that has so many people involved that it's saturated. Now it's a great number to have, because that shows you that there's enough people in there for you to know this is real and it works. But there's not so many people in there where you're thinking, oh my gosh, this is all over the internet, this is saturated, there's no space for me to make money. Well, with a product like travel, and because of the fact that our system is updated all the time anyway, you don't even have that problem with saturation. But you know, this is still in early stages, and this is a fantastic time for anybody who wants to make their money on the internet and travel. It's a fantastic time for anybody to get on board with this.
And here's some results from Rita as far as the virtual profit system goes. She's just been banking all kinds of commissions, and here's another little testimonial from her. VPS is making this a reality multiple times a day, every day, for me and many others. So that's awesome that you guys already got to meet her. Here's Travis. He's actually a dialysis patient. He's in the hospital 3 times per week receiving treatment because he's living without kidneys. Also a single dad with 2 daughters, unable to work, really has his hands full, and he can earn commissions even while he's in his hospital room.
So if you ever said to yourself, I can't do this, Travis is your #1 reason why you can do it. The guy has no kidneys, and he banks money while he's sat getting dialysis treatments, and he also has 2 girls to look after all by himself. So if Travis can do this, if Travis can make $48, $98, $150 a day, then what's your excuse apart from the strange reason in your head that you're giving yourself right now? There is no other excuse.
Yep, we have all sorts of people making money with this system. And here's Vinny from New York. He says, I love this group. Another payment from Angie and Ben. I appreciate all that you guys do for us. And he works full-time as a massage therapist.
Yeah, he's got an interesting story because Vinny's traveled a lot. He used to be a buddies monk at one stage. And he's done a lot of crazy things in his life, and this is another part of what, you know, is great. We have a whole community going on of, you know, sometimes, you know, maybe you feel like you're a little bit weird, like our community is made up of all kinds of strange and colorful people from all kinds of different backgrounds and industries that you could think of. So, you know, you will be right at home amongst these rock stars, and you'll also have daily support. You know, you'll have daily support from people who've gone through the same struggles as you have and have come out the other side and started banking money.
It's Friday, so people are getting turned up here at Exuma Beach if you hear some yelling and music in the background. Okay, here's Angel. Says, not too bad for a couple days work. Thanks for putting together a crazy, simple, effective system. So he has several payments floating into his PayPal account there. And we just want to reemphasize that you don't need to be an expert. You don't need to do personal selling. You don't need to explain or convince or make cold calls. You don't need special tech skills. You definitely don't need to chase family and friends. And in fact, you'll become the favorite of the family and friends with all of those vacation discounts you're going to have, right? And you don't need to create a product. So what exactly is this system that we're talking about? It truly is an online gateway to unlimited income. And it's an automated profit machine that is helping a lot of people quit their jobs and make amazing income in 90 days or less.
We basically put this together because we wanted to do something that people could plug into and profit almost immediately out of the box. You know, we were online for a couple of years struggling, and we went through a lot of different companies, promoted a lot of different products, went through lots of training, JVZoo products, Warrior Forum products, some good, some bad, some in between, and we basically found out what works through a combination of failing and also heavily investing in mentors who earn or who have in the bank as much as at this time $750 million. So, you know, Angie actually invested $20,000 to go and get mentorship from a guy who's worth $750 million. I've invested $12,000 to work with email marketing specialists who turn over millions. I've also paid up to $500 just for one 40-minute phone call just to get some tips from a specialist in what we do. So we used all the failure and all the knowledge that we gained from these successful mentors, and we created a foolproof step-by-step system that basically allows you to take advantage of the fastest and most proven ways of making money that are available on the internet today.
Yeah. So here's just a quick rundown of everything that you get inside of the system. You're going to get automated marketing and profit producing machine. You're going to get 300. And so if you're wondering what in the world do I need my list, it's all done for you. Also done for you sales and marketing funnels, so you don't have to think, how in the world am I putting together my marketing funnel? What in the world do I say in my funnel, right? All done for you. High converting capture pages, 3 weekly webinars like we're doing right now. Also automated weekly system updates. As we mentioned before, a done for you advertising co-op and lead generation system, so you don't even have to think, where in the world am I going to get high quality leads? All done for you. It's literally a one-stop business in a box, and as Karen and Rita said earlier, an absolute no-brainer. So a lot of you may be wondering right now, what is the price of the actual travel club part, right? So we have a couple options laid out here for you, but you're not actually going to pay this tonight for actually being on this live event with us. So we have two different options. One is with the 10 recurring prime time per year that you can get for no annual dues, no activation fee, for a one-time fee of $6,997. And remember, you guys, that sets you up for a lifetime of vacations, okay? And also sets you up to earn those high-ticket commissions just like Karen has earned. The other option is the Emerald membership with 5 reoccurring vacation weeks per year, unlimited instant weeks and cruises. Okay, if you like cruises, then you get unlimited cruises as well, okay? And you can use those weeks to invite friends and families and book a separate room or condo for them. That option is normally $3,997, no additional annual dues or activation fees whatsoever, okay? Those are the normal prices. You're not even going to be paying that tonight whatsoever. So for the next 48 hours only, you guys are going
You still there, Rita? Looks like we've lost Angie and Ben.
Yeah, man, that was so awesome. We got almost
getting into the juicy bit and they just disappeared.
It's still saying live up in my corner. Oh,
Yeah,
I hope it comes
they've
back.
probably just lost the connection. Hopefully they'll be back on shortly.
I hope so too. Oh my gosh. They're at the home stretch.
That was why it was cancelled last night, wasn't it? Because they lost all the power and everything because of the storm that they had.
Yeah, and you know, it's interesting. This morning, well, last night, a couple of hours later, we lost it, and I didn't get it back till like 2 this afternoon. So
wow.
I was thinking, I was like, Angie's like, are you going to be able to make it? I was like, I'm going to be there. Like,
no matter what.
But I called the church and I said, do you all have power? And they said yes. So I just decided I was going to go to the church.
Go
but
there,
it came back up though, so I was happy.
Good.
So when my husband came home, he couldn't get the TV to work, you know, with the cable or whatever. I said, do not touch anything.
No.
Like, I don't care about TV right now.
As it is, yeah.
I need this internet to work. Oh Lord, please let it come back.
I've sent them a message via Facebook, so we shall wait and see.
Oh, please let it come back.
Because we can't even see who's all on still either.
In my corner, it still says live.
Yeah, same here.
Well, and it has to be something because you and I are still here.
Yeah.
So it didn't like cut it off. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, true. Yeah, because it happened a couple of weeks back, didn't it? At one of the other ones, and they had to cut it short.
I'm telling her, I'm talking to her, telling her to click the link again.
Oh, okay.
Here we go.
Okay, looks like we're back on. Rita, at what point did you lose us? Did you lose sound or visual at any point?
We lost sound first and then visual. Go back to the slide right after you talked about the two options. Go to that slide, and then you were about to talk. Yeah.
Okay, awesome, Rita. I'll keep an eye on my phone just in case there's any issue. Joys of the Bahamas.
Yeah, fun internet. We're doing a webinar.
Right, you go.
Good. Okay, so we are back here.
Yes.
Present. Okay, perfect. All right, so we went
Rita,
over the
just check. You can see the screen.
Yes.
The screen. Rita, if you just want to unmute yourself again real quick.
Yes, all is well.
Awesome,
Okay,
awesome.
good.
We'll continue then. We'll carry on.
Okay, so we just finished, I believe, hopefully you guys heard the last two options there with the membership, $6,997 and $3,997, but we're actually not having you pay that tonight, which is the really exciting part. So for the next 48 hours, we actually have $3,600 worth of bonuses for you guys. You're going to get up to $2,100 in travel vouchers. So those accommodation certificates that we mentioned, your first 3 trips will be free if you get the top package, and your first 2 will be free if you get the second package. You're also going to save up to $3,000 on your travel membership. You're going to get the plug-and-play marketing system. You're going to have ongoing group coaching. So myself, Ben, Rita, Karen, and the other 120 members in our system, you're going to be in a Facebook group with us, working closely with all of us. We're there to support, answer your questions all day, every day, and we just have such a blast. Not to mention, you're going to have those lifetime of memories and savings with those travel discounts. So I'm just going to quickly recap here. The overview is you're going to get 50% commissions on the virtual profit system as well as the travel club. You're going to have access to the luxury travel club yourself. You're going to get the marketing system, the advertising lead co-op, all kinds of fast start bonuses to close it out with a full-on business in a box and a lifestyle experience. So you may be asking, is this actually duplicatable for you? You may think, well, I'm not you guys, I'm not Karen, I'm not Rita, can I actually do this? And the good news is that you don't have to duplicate us. That's impossible. You're going to be duplicating our system, and anybody can do that, right? This is actually what everybody's looking for on the internet, and from our experience the past 5 years online, this is by far the easiest way to make a full-time income on the internet, with a high-ticket program and a marketing system that has all of the tools for you in one place.
Take two. And as I said before, we lost connectivity before. You guys already know this is the easiest way if you've been online for any time, and that's because you've probably been involved in a ton of low-ticket companies already, where maybe you introduce somebody to a blogging platform, or maybe you bring them into a business where you're selling health products and the company makes $30, $40, even $50, and you receive maybe 50% commissions, $25, and you know that you have to recruit hundreds and hundreds of people to get yourself up to 5 figures per month. And the problem with that is you also know that on average, most reps who you bring into your business, most customers you bring into your business stick around for 2 or 3 months and then they disappear. So your income's constantly going back up and down. You put in all that time recruiting a team and bringing in customers, and you're going up and down all the time. Well, with a high-ticket program, you refer one person per month. You could really take the rest of the month off if you wanted to, and you're still going to bank 4 figures. So, we're very much into working smart, not hard, and we want to set you up in the same way. And the easiest way to free yourself from doing all that work and to free yourself from a nightmare that residual income and building big teams can be is to promote a high-ticket program.
And so once again, we have an automated system that does all the following up for you, all of the explaining. We have the done for you emails. We do the presentations just like we are right now tonight. All you have to do is make sure those emails are going out to your leads that are coming into the system. Now, some people may not like to travel, right? They may not have any interest in the high-ticket travel club, and that's okay, because they can turn that down and you can still profit and utilize the marketing system, right? Any business owner online can plug into the virtual profit system and use the tools to build any business that they're currently working with, the capture pages, the emails, you name it, all of the tools, the lead advertising co-op. It's all there for you. No matter what you're promoting, it's going to work for you. So the high ticket is a major, major bonus on top of that. And once again, we like this to be about the lifestyle, the online business. You can work your business from anywhere, so why would you do it from your home on the couch when you can be out here on the beaches like we are right now? So we're talking about, once again, the virtual profit system. And tonight you can actually get in the door for a one-time payment of $99. Now, as Karen mentioned earlier, this is normally $97 per month. We have tons of members inside of our system right now paying a monthly fee to utilize this system. But you are actually in the right place at the right time, because we're offering it to you tonight for a one-time payment for a lifetime membership for $99.
Yeah, and the thing is, in actual fact, the system is worth way more than $97 a month, considering these are the exact strategies that we've used to generate multiple six figures. We've used to dominate previous businesses we were in, and affiliate contests. The reality is people come out to mastermind with us in the Bahamas, and they've paid thousands of dollars just to spend a few days with us, 2-3 days. What we're offering you tonight for a one-time only payment of $99 is access to all the training, all the tips, tricks, and strategies that we've used, and more importantly, all the members have used to bank daily commissions. And we're not talking about teeny-weeny commissions, as some people out there like to say. We're talking about big boy and big girl commissions. We're talking about as much as 4 figures in one day. So at the end of the day, if you don't feel like a $99 one-time payment is worth it to get access to all that, then I seriously have to question your sanity and your seriousness about succeeding on the internet. If that's not something you're willing to do, considering that we offer a 90-day risk-free money-back guarantee, and we allow you to keep the bonuses, if you still feel like this isn't worth it, then you're probably not suited to our system. And I just want to be truthful, you're probably not suited to making money on the internet. And I don't mean that in a disrespectful way, but I just want to talk to you in a grown-up way right now and have a moment of complete honesty with you.
So we've said it many, many times already, you guys. This is a no-brainer. This has afforded us to live on permanent vacation here in the Bahamas for the past 9 months. So you can secure those bonuses right now. If you're on our live events page, go ahead and get plugged in below this video. If you're watching this on YouTube, just get back to the person that invited you here so they can get you set up and they can get credit for referring you, because you'll be doing the same thing once you get plugged in today. And what I'm going to do right now is escape out of this screen.
Hopefully we're still live.
Hopefully.
Hopefully it looks like we are.
And I did put a panelist link in the group for Explore Resorts International. If anybody else that is a member of ERI wants to pop on the panel and share why they became a member of the travel club, feel free. And we're going to take some closing words from Rita and Karen, if you guys are still there. Anyone still there? Okay, well, some people possibly hop on. You're still here?
Rita,
Yeah.
Rita, yeah. So let's get some closing words from Rita.
I want to say thank you again, Ben and Angie, for the opportunity, and thank you also so much for, the system that you all have put together with the virtual profit system, and of course the opportunity to leverage Explore Resorts International. I'm just truly grateful for it, and for everyone else who's listening in. I mean, it truly is a no-brainer. I just strongly encourage you to make this investment on behalf of your family, for yourself. Make the investment. You will find, if you choose to go, fully in with this, that you will recoup your investment with 2 sales, depending on which package that you choose. Or, as Angie shared just a few minutes ago, if nothing else, leverage this $99 investment to support you with getting started as an internet marketer, so that you can have an additional option to, have a better life, an even better life. Thanks again so much for the opportunity, and, connect with whoever invited you.
Yeah.
And we'll talk to Karen, our deep fried pizza expert from Scotland. Some closing words.
I think everything's been covered, really. Yeah, I mean, I would just say, obviously, you've got until the end of June. Definitely get in for the $99, because what other business can you actually start at such a low cost? And again, it's a no-brainer. Just go for it, definitely. And if you're into travel, why not go for it? Definitely, because again, for the next 48 hours, you can get in for a lot less than what it would be, and you can make money on it as well. So yeah, definitely. One of the best systems I've ever been in, and it'll be the only system. Nothing else beats it out there. Thanks, Angie. Bye.
And on that note, I think we'll shut down the storefront for today. You know, all I'm going to say is, if you were invited to this hangout by somebody else, one of our affiliates, get back with them right now. Apart from that, click the shiny button, below this video. Get started. At least get your foot in the door for $99. Maybe the travel club at this stage, it isn't an option for you, but at least get started. Remember, this is a risk-free 90-day trial. Come and see what our community's like. Come and see the value we have inside of our system. And, you know, if you put the system to the test over the 90 days and you find that it isn't everything we said it is and more, request a refund, and we'll happily, without question, send you that refund on the very same day you asked for it. And you know, we'll part as friends. So there's no need to worry about that. Just get started right now. Click the button below, and we'll see you on the inside of the virtual profit system tonight.
And then hopefully you'll be using that travel club to come visit us out here in the Bahamas. All right, you guys have a great night, and thanks again, Rita and Karen. We'll see you guys in the Facebook group.